Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to give you the 5 best tips for CS2 that will make you improve. So the first tip is going to be to make a practice routine. So practice routine, I mean an individual practice routine where you're going to be training your aim and maybe training your movement. And in aim I would also include spray control, because for me spray control is a part of aiming. So when you're making a routine, I think you have to include that much, because that much is something that's going to combine all of the aspects of aim, and it's going to also put in movement, and you have to do it all together versus real players that are going to shoot back and you have to be quick. And I would usually put that much at the end of the practice routine, because you want to go over the other things first, focus on them, and then you want to go in that much and combine everything together. So if you are newer to the game, I would recommend you also include pre-aiming or pre-fire maps, you can call them. There are wipe rank maps on the Steam Workshop that you can find, where there is gonna be bots on all the common areas. So there is gonna be a bot here, a bot there, whatever, and you have to just go out and basically kill the bots. You have to pick like this, then like this, and just kill the bots. You can use that if you are a newer player, because in the beginning it's more difficult to do these things on the fly, but as you get more experienced, you'll be able to just do these things and pre-aim all the common spots without thinking about it and without needing to include it in your practice routine. But if you are more advanced and you still want to include it, there is no problem with that. It can only help you. The other thing, that if you're advanced, you should do like maybe once per week, but if you're newer to the game, you should do it a few times per week at least, or maybe even every single day, is basically spray control maps. There's a map in CS2 called Spray Master or something like this. I'll leave a link for it in the description. It's basically a map where you're going to have a target and you need to just spray at the target and basically see how much times you hit. You can increase, decrease the range. I'm going to leave a link for the map and you can explore it for yourself, and you can include it in your practice routine if you like it. You can also include aimbots. You can put it maybe in the beginning, so you just, when I go on aimbots, I don't really do anything too specific, but I know it's different for everyone. So for me personally, I have a really simple routine, but I don't think it will work for everyone, because my routine is basically I go on aimbots, I kill around 500 bots, and then just go on that much and get like between 200 and 4 or maybe even 500 kills. And I do this every day. It helps me improve a lot, but I know that it cannot work for every single person. There are a lot of people for who it doesn't work. For some people it's too much, for other people they want to do more of aimbots and less of that much. And I completely understand that, because practice is very individual and depends on what helps you the most and what you are lacking the most. So I gave you here a couple of things that you can use in your practice, but you have to make it on your own. The second tip is going to be to play more matches. Now, playing more matches is going to be the thing that will probably make you improve the most, as long as you implement the individual practice routine. Because if you're just practicing your aim, if you're playing that much and aimbots every day, and you don't really play matches, then what are you practicing for, and how are you implementing the things that you're practicing? Because if you train your aim, and playing matches can even be playing scrims with your team, and that's also good, and you'll still implement it, but as long as you're practicing individually, you'll be improving, but you also have to play matches. Because if I practice for 1 week individually and don't play any matches, I would improve less than I would if I practice individually and every single day played like 2 or 3 matches. So playing matches will help you actually implement the things that you're practicing in the game and see how it actually works, and do it against real enemies in the real situations. And also it's going to help you improve your game sense, it's going to help you understand the maps better, your map knowledge, and you're actually going to use the pre-aim and the pre-fire that you practiced if you include it in your practice routine, and you're going to see how much it works, and it's going to boost your confidence because it will be easier to get kills when you have that good pre-aim. And that leads me into my next point, which is to focus on that. Focus on the pre-aim and your crosshair placement. A lot of people just play kind of zoned out with their crosshair, like they just peek out and they are not aiming at anything, they're aiming like there or something, or somewhere at the floor, somewhere at the wall where the enemy cannot pick them, or maybe they want to pre-aim tempo and they just go out like this while somebody can be city and their crosshair is there, they have to flick over. So focus on where your crosshair is and focus on clearing the angles. So if you're going to go into B and you want to find the kill, you have to start clearing the angles. You have to make smaller peaks like this and just clear every angle and focus on where you're putting your crosshair. Like actually focus, don't just look at your crosshair, but focus on it and try to put it exactly where the enemy's head would be. And then when you are holding an angle, you want to put your crosshair exactly where you would be able to react and exactly where the head of the opponent will be. It's very important to keep it on head level, because this is how you're going to kill them instantly. Because if you just aim at the body, you need to hit them 4 times, and those 4 times you could die, but if you aim at head level, it's going to be easier to hit their head obviously, and it's going to be, you'll get the kill faster, and even if you don't hit their head, you can still continue with spraying them in the body. The next step is going to be to not shoot before you aim, and focusing on your first bullet accuracy. So basically, your pre-aim is not always going to work, and there will sometimes be players where you don't expect them to be. So let's say I'm picking tempo like this, but there is somebody there on an off angle. So I pick like this and he is there. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to start shooting tempo and then flick over. I'm going to flick over and then shoot. Don't panic, don't start spraying and then aim at him. First aim at him and then you spray, because that's going to increase your chances of getting the kill basically. If you panic and you shoot a few bullets there, then you're going to be like maybe 5 bullets deep into your spray by the time you are ready to actually shoot at the enemy, and it's going to be way more difficult to control and you are most likely going to die. And also, your first bullet is your most accurate bullet, and it's easier for your brain when you're spraying to try to get the other bullets where the first bullet went. So when you try to shoot like this and then spray there, it's going to be more difficult for you to figure out where to control the spray and where you want the bullets to go. So you have to aim, make sure you hit the first bullet, and then your spray is going to be much easier to hit. You're going to kill people way faster if you hit your first bullet. And the last tip will be learn useful utility. Learning useful utility can help you win many rounds. It can help you during the default to take map control, it can help you during the late round to make executes, it can help you basically in any part of the round to do many different things. And I don't need you to learn every single smoke on Anubis, let's say. You don't need to know how to smoke, let's say, connector from outside of B, or you don't need to know the instant smokes for connector, you don't need to know the instant smokes for window. But I just need, or not I need you, but you need to make yourself learn the other smokes that are the most useful ones and that are going to help you the most. So learning the window smoke from T-spawn is going to be a useful one. Learning the con smoke as well. Learning the heaven smoke on A. Learning things like the tempo smoke and the city smoke on B. Things that are going to help you in the execute and in the defaults. Playing with utility that is essential, like these smokes and some mollies as well, will help you win more rounds, because you're going to take map control way easier and you might get kills from it. Because in Faceit, if you're playing Faceit or even in Premiere, I guess, it's going to be very easy to take map control when you use utility, because your enemies will not know how to react against the utility and to really clear out areas for you, and they'll probably not respond correctly, they'll not know how to respond to a certain smoke, what counter utility to roll. So it's going to be way easier for you to get kills, and then when you are executing, it's going to be easier to get into the site and then get into good afterplant positions, which will lead to winning more T-side rounds. So if you enjoyed the video, if it helped you in some way, if you learned something new, you can leave a like and you can subscribe to my channel to not miss out on any upcoming content. Thank you for watching.